Hi everyone! I decided to bundle Fauztinville Bremmtown in one video, as they are directly connected and together they create one of the meatiest areas in the game in terms of loot. Let's take a look, shall we? First and foremost, once we hit level 125, we gain the ability to access the Fauztinville Nephalem Rift. If you take a look at the end of the Cabraxis video, there are 5 pillars in the Path of Enlightenment dungeon on some platforms outside the Cabraxis fight arena, which will spawn Elemental Lords when destroyed. Each of the Elemental Lords drops a great gem, and cubing the 5 gems together with a Black Row charm will upgrade the latter with the ability to open time warps. This means that from now on we are able to transmute the Black Row charm with any rune in order to transform the runes into Mind Warp scrolls. Just right click a scroll anywhere to open a portal to Fauztinville. Fauztinville is a large level populated by a few specific types of enemies, and the monster density is very high. There is a modern city theme to this level with highways, an area that looks like a train station, many parks and buildings. The most annoying aspect in here must be the many impassable mini-walls that separate the streets from the sidewalks, which makes navigating and reaching some monster packs tricky. The main reason this is a great place to farm is the fact that the monster level is 130. This means that the highest tier of sacred unique items have a chance to drop here. The so-called super sacred uniques have an item level of 130. This place has a higher chance to drop runes and shrines, and only here is where we can find 3 of the great runes. The Fauztinville Great Runes can be used in items that have the Gematria bonus for full effect. They can be used for some very powerful rune words, and Taha runes are required to access one of the final fights of Diablo Median. The monsters themselves have no specific tags except for the Neon Fiends that are labeled as undead. The Necrobots have a very high physical damage resistance and shoot lasers from range. The Harpilisks are very fast flyers and are resistant to poison. The Neon Fiends are resistant to elemental damage, and the Hardliners are melee monsters with magic resistance. There are 5 mini-bosses found in this level: Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta and Epsilon, which are just Necrobots with higher stats and a glowing aura around them. They don't drop anything special, they just have a 5 item drop guarantee, most of which will be runes. There used to be a quest related to gathering the brains of each robot, but that is not in the game anymore. Aside from an area where we hunt for runes and expensive unique items, Fauztinville's other main property is that it houses a portal to a place called Bremmtown. From the entrance portal, head east, then north to a small square chamber where a red portal can be found. Bremmtown is a dungeon that houses a dragon boss, which will drop a charm called Dragon Claw. This is a charm that can be upgraded twice, and success will require a combination of survivability based on armor and physical resistance and high area of effect damage. In its basic form, the Dragon Claw gives bonus life and mana on a range from 50 to 150. If one manages to defeat a Darkstar Dragon within 90 seconds from the moment one enters the dungeon without dying, the charm can be transmuted one time in the cube for 1 bonus specific to each class, as well as increased maximum skill levels. There is a standard 7% chance for the boss to drop a trophy fragment. Once the trophy is assembled, it can only be attached to the charm if the boss was defeated within 30 seconds from the moment one enters the dungeon, and it will add a 10% experience gain bonus. The time limit is very tight and it will not be easy. Let's enter the portal and see what Bremmtown is like. If you're doing a timed run, you might want to type /timer, then space and 90 or 30 or however many seconds you choose, and you will get a message once these many seconds have passed. The first part of the dungeon is made up of 2 long hallways slightly south of the entrance, connected by some bridges and a row of chambers. The Darkstar Dragon is at the very southern end of the eastern hallway. You might need to try navigating through the dungeon a couple of times to find your best route. The level is filled with hordes of demonic howling spirits, so extra damage to demons will help here. These spirits will pounce on players and deal high melee damage. Because of their numbers, they will clump up on their target and need to be killed very fast. They don't have a lot of health and can be frozen, stunned and slowed. A lot of defense and a good melee area of effect attack, or a shield of summons paired with good teleporting spell can make a difference here. Move a bit, get attacked by a bunch of howling spirits, kill them quickly and repeat until you reach the boss. The monsters here are also level 130, so the super sacred uniques can also potentially drop. and there is no special drop bias in this level. The Darkstar Dragon itself can summon more Howling Spirits and will cast a Death Beam, but he has very little hit points and should die very quickly, so his abilities are mostly irrelevant. Just make sure to stay alive until you kill it to be able to upgrade the charm if so desired. Also, keep in mind that the charm will become class specific once upgraded, so farming multiple charms, upgrading and sending them to different characters is not possible. After the boss is dead, feel free to continue exploring and killing the rest of the Howling Spirits. Who knows, maybe something good will drop. Both Fauztinville and Bremmtown are good places to get experience points up to level 140. Godspeed and see you in the next one.